Hello, welcome back, my favorite movement enthusiasts. You seem like someone who doesn't have a lot of time. You're really busy. You also seem like someone whose health is really important to them. And today's question is, well, are 3 stretches enough to get full body flexibility and mobility? Well, the answer is no, of course not. But you can get a very long way with only 3 stretches. So today we're gonna check out the most effective stretches that are gonna target your entire body and get you to at least a medium level of flexibility, so you don't suffer most of the problem that people suffer with, all the kinds of lack of mobility related pains that a lot of people struggle with. So if you're ready, we're gonna get right into it. Now, the bridge pose does seem a little bit advanced until you take it step by step and work on every single muscle separately or take it apart, and using it is very nice to get a full anterior chain stretch, meaning the front side of your entire body if done right. So let's break it down and go from there. Now for our bridge pose breakdown, we're gonna use 2 different movements, and each of those movements is going to have multiple levels, so even if you're a bloody beginner or advanced when it comes to flexibility and mobility work, you'll find something helpful in them. We're gonna start out in a seated position. We're gonna open up our feet enough so we can push down our butt, and we're gonna start by working our hip flexors, abdominals, and quads at once. So both hands go right there on our feet, and we're gonna push forward. This is level number 1 of this exercise. If you feel no stretch whatsoever here, we're gonna take this down to level number 2, and always keep in mind that we need to actively push our pelvis up to get that active stretch going. Level number 2, you're still not feeling anything. Now we can lay down all the way to level number 3. Don't forget, actively push up here. You can open your arms sideways, or if you want to start including your shoulders now, you can lengthen them like so and push up just the tiniest bit. Now we're gonna get into level number 4, and this one is advanced, so please don't do it if level number 3 is uncomfortable for you, because from here we're gonna use our posterior chain strength to push us into much more of a stretch like so. Lengthen your arms. You're gonna feel it a lot in your quadriceps, in your hip flexors, in your lower abdominals, and if you raise here, we're gonna feel it a little bit in our chest as well. Put your head down, push your pelvis upward, hold actively, and release. Now we've gone through our anterior chain all the way from our feet up towards our abdominals. All we need now is to work on our shoulder mobility, and then the bridge is in there easily. And to reach that shoulder mobility, we once again will have multiple levels depending on your own flexibility. Level number 1, we're gonna start in a semi-downward dog position, meaning we're not gonna straighten our legs because we wanna focus more on our upper body, and we're gonna push our chest towards our legs. Level number 2 would be lengthening just a little bit more and going down into a puppy pose, meaning we're gonna arch even more and push our chest actively towards the ground like so. Hold, hold, release, and from here we're gonna push back and open our chest and shoulders once more in a less intense position, and we can switch up from here. So change into the downward dog, change into the puppy pose. Bring your knees down, sit back, change into our relaxation position, and repeat once more. Down dog, puppy pose, and relaxation pose. And now we can simply lay down. We're gonna place our hands right beneath our shoulders, and we're gonna push our pelvis up first, our upper body up second, and then of course we need to get onto our toes to lengthen even more. Stretch number 1 complete. Now, since our last stretch was all about our anterior chain, now we're gonna concentrate on our posterior chain with either a pike or forward fold, whatever you wanna call it, but we're gonna take the easy way and sit down for this one because there is a couple of things we can use when we are seated. Instead of extending our legs and trying to grab our toes like so, we're just gonna take a short bend here, we're gonna grab our feet, and then we're gonna extend both legs. Now from here, there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind so you actually work on your hamstrings and your lower legs as well, which is don't lengthen your shoulders, try and pull your shoulder blades together, and do not flex your spine, try and go into spinal extension. This is gonna force us to stretch more of our leg and lower body musculature because our upper body usually does not require too much work to get us into this forward fold position. Unless you really have problems with shoulder mobility when moving forward, then that is a specific problem that you are working on. However, for most people, the problem is going to start right here at the Achilles tendon. So pull your toes closer, bend, grab, extend your legs, extend your back, and pull your shoulder blades together. Now, if you can't go all the way forward like so, then extending halfway is also okay as long as you straighten your back and pull your shoulder blades, and over time you're gonna straighten your legs even more, and once you're there you can start rounding your back, and now it's time to pull your upper body closer towards your leg. Stretch number 2 done. Now for our third and final movement today, we're gonna work a little bit dynamically just so we can have a little bit of fun, change it up. Instead of having stretches that we hold for 30 seconds at a time, we will just move through the movement, and once more we have multiple levels designed to go from beginner all the way to advanced. We're gonna start out with both legs fully extended. Now I'm only using my hands here for support to show you what we are gonna be doing, but if you can, then I want you to do it without any support to the front. We're gonna start with a short range of motion, like so, and we're always gonna keep one foot fully in contact with the ground for now. At some point, when you have enough range of motion to sit down into a deep squat on one side, we're gonna turn our foot up and raise our heel to get deeper into the stretch. Don't worry, that's not the last level yet. So let's check it out how it looks when we switch sides. We go to the right side, heel raises, foot turns upward. Why do we do that? When we leave our foot down on the ground, we have more of a stretch in our adductors. However, if we turn the foot upward, we switch the stretch from our adductors to the backside, to our biceps. So we're gonna switch to the left side, raise your heel, open your foot, switch to the other side. Now, how does it look to go to the next level? Well, we're gonna bring that bent knee all the way down to the ground, and this time we're gonna sit our butt up, which means that from our knee, our leg all the way up to our heel is in full contact with the ground, and then we're gonna switch from one side to the other. So we have external rotation in our knee, external rotation in our hip, one leg is fully extended, and to be sure that we're targeting all the muscles and the inside as well, we wanna pull those toes actively towards our body, and you're gonna feel a slight change in your lower leg musculature. So we're gonna move to the left side, sit down all the way, move to the right side, sit down all the way, and just so you know, if you have the core strength and the hip flexibility and strength, you can use it to move yourself up and down into the position on the other side. However, if you don't, or if you're struggling with the stretching part, then it's much better to keep your hands on the ground and just use them to help you out a little bit. Now we can increase the stretch even more to add some lumbar and thoracic mobility, which is turning our back all the way over and pushing our hip forward. So let's check it out in the full movement into both directions. We're gonna sit down first, full contact. We're gonna turn and push our hip forward and go into spinal rotation. And sit down, switch sides, sit down, turn and raise. And you can even include your chest and shoulder musculature as well by raising your arm and pulling backwards, which is going to lengthen your latissimus, lengthen your shoulder and chest insertions, and even your biceps and triceps just a little bit. And we're going to switch it up. Sit down, raise, and pull over. We even have abdominal stretch. This one is absolutely insane, which is why I left it for the end, because if you know about this one, chances are you're not going to do the other two, even though they're very important and you should be working on them. And there you have it. 3 poses, 3 stretches that if you work on will get you full body flexibility and mobility and will help you get rid of tightness, get rid of tightness related pain, and all in all feel a little bit better in your body because it's more flexible, it's more mobile. With that said, sadly that's all the time we both have left for you today. However, if you like the video and subscribe and check out more videos because we have new ones on this channel every single day. I'm Captain Cairo. Peace out.